Hi, Taurus. Maybe some people will come in tonight. Maybe some people won't. Who knows? But anyway, I decided to take this time to record the videos for the last 3 zodiac signs that I didn't get to record. Taurus, Libra, and Aries, starting with Taurus. Taurus, I wanted to personally apologize. I did not do that maliciously. Where I missed out, well, I didn't. I actually uploaded a Taurus video earlier, and I deleted it because it was just horrible Wi-Fi. My neighbors were outside arguing, and I thought I'd do you justice and delete that and record that, but I never got to it until now. So that is the intention for tonight. I am going to go ahead and do 2 separate readings. I figured to make this a lot easier, and I do want to do the January 2026 videos for all the zodiac signs as well by the end of Friday. I just thought I'm just going to go ahead and do a general Celtic cross for December, for the rest of December 2026, and then for January 2026. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say for you. I am going to be using the traditional Rider-Waite black and white for this tarot reading today. So let's go ahead and see. All right, so universe, what do we have for our Taurus individuals for the month of, or for the rest of December 2025? Why is it set up for only 10 seconds? WTF. There you go. All right, so universe, let's go ahead and see what do we have for the rest of December 2025 for our Taurus individuals. Let's see what the black and white Rider-Waite tarot deck has to say for you, Taurus. Let's see. Universe. Yamaya, Bridget. What do we have for our Tauruses for the rest of December 2025? Hi there. Thank you so much for joining in. Let's go ahead and see. So we're having a hard time picking up something. It seems like we were kind of at a turning point with a current relationship. But now all of a sudden it's not picking up. Okay, so I'm seeing 2 different messages. Now for those who are single, you like the attention. You like the attention. You like being on the spotlight. And you love the attention that you are receiving. And it seems like you might be, for those who are single, but might have someone around. It seems like with the Ace of Pentacles representing the other person or the environment here, you could be dealing with someone or or you might be dealing with somebody who wants something more practical, who wants something more serious. But the thing is that the relationship, for whatever reason, isn't picking up. We don't have commitment here. Why? Because you've been keeping your options open. You've been keeping your options open, and now it seems like you're presented with a love triangle. Now you have to decide between you and somebody else. And because it seems like also with this card, someone here wants cooperation from you. But the thing is that there are incompatibilities here. There are things that you know about this other person that you just feel are pet peeves, or they're just things you're not into. And I think you're going to try to distract yourself or try to not want to make that decision, at least during this time frame. And as a matter of fact, with the 7 of Wands, You're going to try your very best to justifiably be your own best advocate and to defend yourself and your reasonings. But in a diplomatic way. I don't think you're going to try to be an asshole about it or anything, Taurus. I really just see you. What I'm seeing is that for those who have multiple options, specifically two, you're enjoying the attention, you're enjoying being on the spotlight, but there's somebody here who wants something serious, something that hasn't been picking up because someone here has been keeping their options open. You've been bored. Again, you've been bored or just dissatisfied with life, and this is just something that has been bringing you attention, Taurus. But for some reason, you're realizing incompatibilities, maybe incompatibilities with both options here. But someone here wants cooperation. They want to build something with you, Taurus. But you're trying your very best not to make that decision. And I feel like you're going to try your best to defend yourself and not wanting to make that decision. But the thing is that I feel like the more we avoid making that decision, Taurus, with the devil card in reverse, I feel like this infatuation that the other person, the other individual has for you I feel like this is going to diminish and it's going to go away. And don't be surprised if you don't hear from this person anymore. Okay. And this might be someone who left and came back also as well. Or this could be something that was like a friends with benefits situation or something that started off more casually with, like with the promise of like, hey, you never know, something might happen, something might not, right? With that kind of context or pretense, right? So for those who are in a relationship, for those who are in a committed relationship, what I'm seeing is that you want attention because you don't feel very satisfied. It seems like the person that you're currently with wants to start over. But the thing is that someone here is indecisive, or someone here for a while did not know what they want. And there has been this stagnation into moving into the next chapter, building with this person and continuing on from where you guys started off, or from where you guys left off. Sorry. Continuing from where you guys had left off, right? So, but the thing is again, it's talking about incompatibilities here. It's talking about how things are just not working. But at the same time, I'm seeing that we're avoiding getting to the bottom of things because the thing is that people are getting defensive. I'm seeing this thing where it's like someone here wants to pick things up. They want to move forward. They want to build with you, but you are noticing incompatibilities. You're dissatisfied in the relationship. You want attention, Taurus. But there's defensiveness. There's defensiveness in this relationship. You're going to realize that the love that you think you had for this person is really just an infatuation. You could just be very much into their looks. Okay. Alrighty. So that's what I have for December 2025. How about we now go forward with January 2026. Let's go ahead and do that reading for you guys. Okay, so let's cleanse these cards really quick. All righty. Let's see. What do we have for you? I figured, since, you guys got a very late December reading, I would do you one, and I would give you guys the first January 2026 video here, okay? So, universe, what do we have? Universe. Yamaya, Bridget, Santa Muerte, what do we have for our Tauruses for the month of January 2026? January 2026. All righty, let's go ahead and see. All right, so let's go ahead and see what do we have for January. So in the position of the self, Taurus, it seems like you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So you're going from being diplomatic and wanting to be fair to, I don't care if I'm being fair. It seems like you are just more focused on yourself. Why? Because it seems like in the past you just feel like you've given so much out of yourself. And I think sometimes when you're really into someone, you tend to really put your best foot forward and really put your part in a relationship. You love, you protect. But now, when we come into January, you're just like, I'm going to love me now. Who cares about everyone else? They can figure it out. And it seems like you're tired of giving people your money, your time, favors, your resources. And you've always done it in the name of love. And this doesn't always just mean, in relationships. This could be with relatives. This could be with friends as well. But you're going to choose to still care for the people around you. I don't think you're going to isolate yourself. I don't think you're going to stop talking to the people around you. Or if you're in a relationship, then, that being the thing. I just see it more of a thing where it's like, I'm going to choose to love them, but I'm going to love them from afar. I'm going to stop being their hero because you want to focus on your healing. And I think that's something that you have realized about yourself, Taurus, is that you've always put your healing in the back burner. The stuff that you refuse to talk, maybe with your therapist, maybe with your partner, with your parents, with your relatives. But don't forget that you're still in a relationship. I feel like for a lot of you, you guys could be in a relationship or involved with someone, because I'm just seeing this thing where it's like you're just sick and tired of being there for everyone, or just being everyone's hero, or if you're in a relationship, being your partner's hero, almost to the point where we might become cold. We might become a bit of an ass, okay? A bit of an ass, Taurus. So be careful about that. Okay, be careful with that. Because it might come off in a way where now both parties, starting in January 2026, not just you, but I see that the other person is you both are gonna do this thing of like, well, like life's great, life's fun, and everything's fine, everything's good, like just a bunch of lies. Because I'm just seeing this thing where it's like you're tired of being there for people, but I don't see you taking, having people accountable or throwing things in people's faces. I just see you doing this thing where you're just like, I don't want to be there for people anymore. Or if you're in a relationship, I don't want to be there for people anymore, or I don't want to be there for them like the way I used to. They can figure it out. I don't see you being confrontational about it. I don't see you talking about it. I don't see you mentioning it. And I see you in a way you just don't want to. You just want to avoid the drama altogether. You just want to avoid the drama altogether. And whereas, but the thing is that I do feel like the other person is going to want to talk about these things. I do think that the other person is going to want to address these things with you. And you're really hoping for the best. I feel like with this, you don't see it as a sign of rebellion, but you see this more as a turning point. I think you're seeing this more as a thing where it's like, yes, finally I get to be the person that I want to be. I finally am going to do my things, focus on my goals and the things that I want to achieve. So in a way, I see you kind of just excited about this turning point, this decision that you have made, Taurus. And but the thing is that I feel like, but then when we move into February, we might start worrying a little bit, because sometimes when we just isolate and there's no one around, we realize that doing things alone can be a little hard, okay? Because I'm seeing this thing where it's like you're tired of being there for people, being people's heroes. If you're a single parent, to like a teenager or to like an adult child, or something like that, and you're just like, I'm tired of doing everything for everyone. I want to focus on my weight loss journey. I want to focus on expanding my business. I want to open my own nail salon, whatever it is, and I just see you focus on that unapologetically. And you're just like, you know what? Sorry, not sorry, but you guys need to figure it out. And you can cook your own meals, and you can do your own laundry. Or if you're in a relationship, you're going to be like, you know what? I want to go back to nursing school. And I want to finish what I started, and you tell your partner, you know what, you're going to have to help me with, the house, and you're going to have to help me with maybe paying a little more with the house as I go back to school, with bills and stuff. Right. And whatever the case is. Right. And I'm just saying that, whereas, and I see you having this conversation more with yourself, rather than, you really talking to people about this. I just see you just not being there for people anymore. And if you are in a relationship, that person is going to want to address it. That person is going to want to talk about it. But you're going to try your very best to avoid it. As a matter of fact, I think you're going to come off as very cold, like the moment they're going to want to address it or talk about it, you're just going to be like, you got it though. You got it. You're not a child, like I just see you like just being very cold about it, where you just don't want to be that person that people relied on anymore. And so much so that we create now this environment in our relationship, or this environment, amongst, our relatives, siblings, with our children, if we have children, right? And with that 10 of Cups in reverse, if this is the thing where, a relationship dynamic, a romantic relationship dynamic, this can become a thing where it's like, now because they want to talk about it and you don't, we do this thing with the 10 of Cups in reverse where we pretend that the white elephant in the room is not there, if you know what I mean. So that's what I have for Taurus. Thank you so much, Taurus, for watching this video. So sorry for not turning in your December 2025 video on time, or at least, somewhere in the beginning of December like I did for some of them. Nevertheless, if you guys are interested in a private reading, you can always go to my website, mermaidoracle.com, or you will see me from time to time doing some $5 tarot readings. And I will see you guys next time. Namaste. Good night.